nearly at the pointy end of our day 2 here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament. One more game to get through here. Tokoroa High School taking on Hamilton Boys High and the Boys Championship grade here at Pulman Park in Takanini. And both these sides out of the mix for the top 2 spots leading into tomorrow afternoon. But still a lot of play, lots to play for in terms of where they finish in the tournament. We saw Hamilton Boys and High School in action yesterday afternoon. And there's definitely some potential in that school to progress on to a better rugby league program. Obviously, they're a traditional powerhouse and the other rugby code. And it's great to see them make the effort in turning up this year. Whereas Tokoroa High School have been around New Zealand Rugby League tournaments for a number of years now, and great to see them turning up year in, year out, and this year, the first time on their occasion that they've brought a team in the under-15s grade, as well as a girls and a boys team, so a massive achievement for Tokoroa High School. And no doubt they'll be wanting to finish day 2 on a high, as we see both teams just going through their final preparations before we get underway in the last round of day 2 here at Pulman Park. And leading into tomorrow, all our grand finals have been confirmed across all 3 grades. Within the boys championship grade, we'll see Westlake Boys taking on James Cook High School. And the girls championship grade, we'll see Southern Cross Campus, who have been dominant across the whole season, taking on a very strong Auckland girls grammar side, and in the boys premiership, we'll see St. Thomas of Canterbury College taking on De La Salle College. Lots of football to get through across day 3. However, we've got one more round to get through. Tokoroa High getting us underway from left to right. Hamilton Boys with the first touch of position as get a deep kick and well into the Hamilton Boys half. A great first up carry here for Hamilton to get their stats started through Sinton Belden. They work back towards the middle of the field now through Samisoni Tapui. Was impressive for Hamilton Boys yesterday in their game against James Cook High School, as well as their game against Trident. Sheldon Lambert playing down the blind side. Brings into Pui again. A bit of high contact there and rewarded with a penalty for their efforts. As we see Hakopa Paringatai just trying to find touch on this occasion. And Hamilton Boys starting 28 metres out from their own try line, or from the Tokoroa High School try line. Probably wanted to strike first here in the set and set themselves up to play off the front foot. Paringatai plays out the back, doesn't quite get to the hands of his players, but ends up in the hands of Pepini Tanevesi. Works back towards the middle of the field now. And a slow play the ball there, but they get going again, this time through Paringatai. A wobbly play the ball there, and as they try and go right to Cyrus Mark, just doesn't quite manage to hold on to it. And great defense there from Tokoroa High School, managing to hold them out. And Tokoroa High, great chance here to work their way up the field. As we see Isaac Barlow just wanting to feed the scrum. Just working their way up the field now, just over the 10-metre line as Tokoroa High School. Just Probably need to hold onto the football and complete this hit down the end, and a bit of high contact there from Hamilton boys as well. Just a lazy arm making contact there with the head of the Tokoroa High ball carrier and giving away a penalty. Will be helpful here for Rawiri Monga, getting them up the field. Finding touch about 35 out from their own try line. As we'll see them with a fresh set of 6 to work their way up the field here. We get play back underway through Rawiri Monga, finding Daniel Malatoa. Working their way back towards the middle of the field. Now this time through Barty. Great little carry there just to get them closer towards the halfway line. Finds Meyer, takes the carry himself. And halfway through they see here Tokai, but well over the halfway mark now. They go left to Rawiri Monga. Shifts it early over to Osborne Ritzi. And they're going to need to get back towards the middle of the field now to try and settle themselves for a kick. They kick on the fall through Rawiri Monga. And a wobbly bounce there for Hamilton boys to pounce on. An offload there. Gets into the hands of Leaf Wiki. Sean Leaf Wiki. Strikes first for Tokoroa High. Inside the first 5 minutes. And Tokoroa High kicking early in the set. A wobbly bounce for Hamilton boys High to take care of. And Deshaun Leaf Wiki off the back of a great offload. Gets past the fullback. And gets the job done. And they take the lead early on. As we see Ren Rawiri Monga just lining up to add the extras for Tokoroa High in this semi-final matchup between Tokoroa High and Hamilton boys. As you see Rawiri Monga just lining up the conversion to try and add the extras here. As he starts to move in. Gets a good strike on it, but just hooks it across the front of the post. Tokoroa High. 4 points in the up over Hamilton boys at the moment. And still very early days in this boys championship matchup here, so a lot can happen between now and the end of the game. You see the game get underway through the boot of Kiwarata. Was impressive yesterday in their matchup against Trident High. And no doubt he'll have a big impact on how Hamilton boys front up in this one as well. As we see Tokoroa High starting just shy of the 20-metre line. And another great defensive effort here from Hamilton boys through Sheldon Lambert and Tiakana Ruopuro as well. They play short at the line, this Tokoroa High. Finds Denon Meyer off the back of it as well and trying to get a quick play of the ball. A little bit wobbly, but good enough to carry on. Off the back of some good shape there. Deshaun Leaf Wiki, the early try scorer, finding himself in a bit of space again. And heading in towards the end, back into the set. Gonna need to just settle the attack here, and Steve Barty with a great carry. And just comes forward off the offload. So Hamilton boys with a fresh set. Work their way back up the field now. Ruapuro picked up and driven back, and a great tackle there from Tokai. Massive effort there from Denon Meyer. As well as Daniel Malatoa as well. Sheldon Lambert filling in at dummy half, and they play right. Play right to Sinton Belden. And Hamilton boys just working their way up towards the halfway line now. A great carry there from Julius Alekaitai. That takes a bit to stop him. But gets towards the 35-metre mark. On the Tokai side now. Takina Sterling. Just drifting across field and manages to get taken eventually. They work back towards the middle of the field and Cyrus Mark trying to offload it to Sinton Belden. Just wasn't quite expecting the football. And we'll pack down a scrum here with Hamilton boys not making the most of this era here. They're going to need to work their way back up the field now, does Tokai. Great opportunity here for them to extend their lead if they can execute through the right options. Working off the back of that scrum now was Tokai. It's a big first up contact there. Good little run there from Alistair Mole. Gets it away to Steve Barty from dummy half. And just trying to scrap a few extra metres there. Are the Tokai boys. And a bit of an error here from Tokoroa High. Just doesn't quite execute or play the ball correctly, so gonna pack down a scrum. And Hamilton boys, 32 metres out from the Tokoroa High try line. And they go quickly to Hamilton boys. Mark finds Kiwarata, plays it short to Samisoni Tapui. As we're nearing towards the halfway mark of this first half here. A wobbly play the ball that's allowed to continue and big contact on Sinton Belden for Hamilton boys. Massive effort there from Vai Daniels. And Kiwarata playing short there to Ruapuro. Just getting themselves towards the 20-metre line. They go down the blind side. Paringatai gets it away. An offload away to Papinev Tanavesi. And it doesn't look as though he's going to get it down. A knock on there, just short of the line. From Hamilton boys and Tokoroa High. Counting themselves lucky with that one. And we'll see a scrum down, 10 metres out. Tokoroa High with the ball. And a chance to work their way back up the field and apply some more pressure to this Hamilton boys side, who have been camped down the side for a long period of time now. So Tokai will want to start marching their way back up the field. As we see Tokai choosing to come down the blind side now with a scrum and a great carry there from Monga to get their set started up towards the 20-metre line. And great work there from Paringatai. On defense there for Hamilton boys. Tokai just swinging back towards the middle of the field, and a great carry there from Alistair Mao, giving Paringatai the big don't argue. And just playing deep to Rawiri Monga and boots them down the field, making the most of their wind as Ren Rawiri Monga. But a great take there from Hokura Lunovic. Throws a looping pass over to his outside back, and we're gonna start 40 metres out from the own try line. A great place to start here for Hamilton boys. Bringing back towards the middle of the field now. A great carry here for Hamilton boys, gets them up towards the halfway mark. Good carry there for Tamati Tiaho, coming off the bench in his first stint. Was impressive yesterday for Hamilton boys. It takes a bit to stop this Tamati Tiaho. And they play out the back. And there's our guy Samasoni Tapui there. Just got to start working their way back up the field now, the Hamilton boys. Paringatai puts a kick up. It looks like a good kick, but gets caught in goal. And he's going to want to go quickly here as Tokoroa High. And a 7 tackle set here for Tokoroa High. Well taken in the end goal by Joseph Mai out of fullback. And Tokoroa High earning a penalty for their efforts. Just a bit too early at that 10-metre defensive line was Hamilton Boys High. As we see, Rawirimonga just trying to find touch. Doesn't quite get there, but it goes forward off Hamilton Boys. So we're going to get a 7 tackle set down this end. It's probably more what you'd want as opposed to finding touches. Tokoroa High finding their way up the field now. Working their way back towards the middle now. And another penalty here against Hamilton Boys High School. There's a bit of a shoulder charge there from Tamati Tiaho. Rawirimonga just taking his time with the restart. And a great carry there from Daniel Maliatoa. Going to be a big effort here from Tokai to try and break through. They go to Barty. Plays short to Vai Daniels. He's going to go close. He doesn't quite get over, but gets a penalty for his efforts for high contact. And a couple of back-to-back penalties down this end of the field for Tokoroa High. Hamilton Boys will want to tidy it up down this end of the field. As we work away to Barty. A great carry there. That's to settle their attack. With Joseph Sinclair. Barty plays out the back to Rawirimonga, who plays short to his back row, and LeBron Meyer. What a name is LeBron. But the ball comes free. And LeBron just can't quite hold on to the ball like LeBron James does. And we see it knock on. Tokoroa High School. Tokoroa High School come up with an error, and Hamilton Boys loose head and feed. 10 metres out from their own try line. Hamilton Boys just wanting to work their way back up the field now as we get back underway through Paringatai. Great carry off the scrum, finding his front. Wanting to get a quick play the ball here, and that he does. Probably needs to stay standing if he wants to hold on to it. Tapui's been great for Hamilton Boys in his first in off the bench. As we see them go left again, Paringatai finds Tamati Tiaho. A great carry there for Hamilton Boys to get them started and working their way back up the field. Through Whara. And there's Tamati Tiaho there. Takes multiple numbers to stop. We want to try and get to his feet and get a quick play of the ball. They get it out to Rata. Plays over the back to Lunovic. Ends up getting it away. And the Hamilton Boys are away down the sideline. It's not going to be easy to stop. He's got a fullback to beat. And he gets taken well by Tokoroa High. What a stop there from Joseph Meyer. Osborne Ritzi making it back to help him as well. Multiple numbers back for Tokai. And that's going to be the end of their set there for Hamilton Boys. Great scramble defense from Tokai to make it back. Holding our Hamilton Boys. And stopping what probably should have been 4 points. But now we've got Tokai working out of their own end. And Hamilton Boys High giving away a penalty down the centre of the field. An extra effort at the play the ball, just not what they needed. After working their way all the way down the centre of the field, not quite getting the 4 points, and giving away a penalty that'll get them up the field now, Tokai. Well, just short of the halfway line, and with not long left in this first half, here at the Sports Championship matchup between Tokoroa High and Hamilton Boys. As we see them just about to get back underway. They put up an early kick. And now Hamilton Boys have a fresh set here. But still a bit of time on the hooter. Oh, big contact there from Tereki Amonga. Massive contact there from Tereki Amonga. And a great defensive effort there again from Daishon Leaf Wiki. The only try scorer in this match here so far for Tokoroa High. And some great line pressure here to just hold Hamilton Boys to where they are at the moment. They find Tamatiti Aldu, Hamilton Boys, in a barnstorming carry there to get them up towards the 40. Trying to find a quick play the ball. And he gets a penalty there. Just trying to go quickly, but doesn't quite get a right to the quick play the ball, so as we see Hamilton Boys just trying to find touch here. About 48 metres out from their own try line. They want to try and strike on the scoreboard before we head into the halftime break. Great carry there for Hamilton Boys to start this set, followed up by another good one there from Takina Sterling. They want to start playing off the back of that as well. So we see them working back towards the middle of the field. Tamati Tiaho always taking multiple numbers to stop. And just trying to rake the ball out there was Tokoroa High. Not what they need to give away inside the last minute of this first half here in this championship matchup. And Tamati Tiaho takes another carry for his liking. Gets the offload away to Lambert. Gets an offload away to Fara. He finds space on the outside. Vanessa Bourne goes close. Doesn't quite get dragged into touch. Manages to stay in the field of play. They head back in towards the middle of the field through Fara. Another great carry there for Hamilton Boys, and Lambert out of dummy half. Manages to get an offload away. Finds Sampson on that instance. As we hear the hooter go in the background. Tapui playing out the back to Kiwara to find some space out on the right edge. Well taken. What a take there from Hamilton Boys, and they're going to strike just as we go into half time. Hamilton Boys lock the game up at 4 points apiece heading into the halftime break. They'll look to add the extras leading into halftime. As we'll see Kiwarata just bring the ball back and try and add the extras heading into halftime of the last round of day 2 here at this National Secondary Schools Tournament. He's been impressive with the boot all weekend as Kiwarata. And it's going to be a tough ask as well with the wind pushing right in his face. But if anyone's going to do it, it's probably going to be him. As he moves in, gets a good strike on it. You can just see there the wind just taking a hold of it and holding it up.
It is half time on field 1 as well.
As we head into the halftime break, Hamilton Boys locking it up just as we hear the hooter. 4 points apiece, Tokoroa High and Hamilton Boys in this championship matchup. We'll take a quick break and recap the action when we'll be back with you shortly for 20 more minutes of National Secondary Schools footy here at Bruce Pulman Park.
Versus
Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
E tangata whenua Aotearoa e tū, e te tai tokerau e tū, Hokianga kuku e tū. New Zealand stand up, this is our time.
Bruce Pulman Park, as we come to the pointy end of day 2 of this National Secondary Schools tournament here. Tokoroa High School taking on Hamilton Boys High. And just before we went into the halftime break, Hamilton Boys with a great crossfield kick locked up the game at 4 points apiece. And now 20 minutes left to play on day 2. No doubt we're set for a great finish here between these two sides as they look to try and make their way up the ladder heading into finals day tomorrow. As we get the game going again, Tokoroa High to get first possession here. It takes a bit to pounce on it, but they get it eventually. Now they've got to start this set 10 metres out from their own try line now. A couple of great carries there first up for Tokoroa High. Exactly how they want to be carrying themselves up the field. As they find themselves just over the 20-metre line halfway through the set. A great carry out of dummy half there from Shade and Andrew. Need one more good carry here to set themselves up for a good kick. Barty in a dummy half. Gets it away to Joseph Sinclair. And exactly where they want to be. Heading into the last tackle to try and get to their kick. They get to Awari Monga. Gets around Cyrus. Marks defence and Hamilton Boys High just letting it bounce. Finesse ball not getting to it on the full. But 35 metres out from their own try line now. Some great carries here from Hamilton boys to start their set. And we'll see another good one here from Te Waharoa Thompson. And just doesn't quite get to his feet here. Does the Hamilton boys attackers, we just make sure he's all right before we try and carry on with anything. As we just see the trainers attending to our Hamilton boys player. And we end up with a penalty here against Tokoroa High for a bit of high contact. As we just wait for the Hamilton boys high school replacement to come onto the field. Looks like we'll see Takina Sterling returning to the action here for Hamilton boys. Kiwarata just gets themselves up towards the 30-metre line of the Tokoroa High School side of the field, and as we near the first 3 minutes of this second half, a great start here for Hamilton boys. A good carry there through Whara. And they'll need to just work their way back towards the middle of the field, and they do here through to Apuro. They find themselves back in the middle of the field. Through Tapu, a great short ball there to Tamati Tiaho. Doesn't quite get to the try line there, but 5 metres short of the try line. And they go left where there's a bit of space. Tapu goes himself. Find himself over the try line. And we'll see Hamilton boys strike first in the second half inside the first 4 minutes. Sami Soni Tapui crossing over the line to add the extras for Hamilton boys. 8 points to 4, they take the lead over the Tokoroa High side. As we see Kiwarata just looking to add the extras to this one here. Just taking his time with this one as he always has. Manages to add the extras on that one. Hamilton boys. 10 points to 4 currently over Tokoroa High. Just over 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes rather, gone in the second half. Here in the championship matchup between Hamilton boys, holding a 10 points to 4 lead over Tokoroa High School. Tokai just making their way back up to halfway now, getting a couple of replacements on, and last 15 minutes of the day, a kick just holding up in the wind, and well taken there from Hamilton boys to start their set. Just shy of halfway. Another good carry here for Hamilton boys, just to keep working their way up the field. Whara takes a carry. A good piece of work here to get them still moving up the field, no doubt. A great decoy run there. Plays out the back, and that goes short to Takina Sterling. And he goes through. He might go through untouched. Takina Sterling. A great line run there from Takina Sterling. Finds himself in some space and goes through untouched. And Hamilton boys extend their lead out of 14 points to 4. And they strike back yet again. As we see Kiwarata just bringing the ball back to look to add the extras here. And still got a big day of football to get through tomorrow here at Bruce Pulman Park on day 3. Day 3 of 2024 National Secondary Schools Tournament here at Pulman Park. First up, we'll see the under-15 boys final between St. Paul's College and Southern Cross Campus at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And what a cracker that'll be to open up our day. And then as we lead into the rest of the day tomorrow afternoon, we'll have 3 boys championship games back-to-back, 2 placement games, and then the boys championship grand final. And then following on from that, the girls championship as well as the boys premiership final at the end of the day. And that'll wrap up our tournament here for 2024. It's been a massive tournament here this year's National Secondary Schools across all 4 grades, and for the first time for as long as I can remember having to split it across 2 venues. And it's great to see rugby league in such a strong spot here in New Zealand, having over 50 teams at this year's edition as we see Hamilton making their way up the field. Hamilton just shifting it left now. A great run there for Hedemai Whara. Getting up over halfway now, and they play down the blind side again. Sampson doesn't quite get it to hand. Doesn't quite go to hand for the outside backs of Hamilton boys, so we'll see a scrum for Tokoroa High, just shy of the 50-metre line. And for Tokai as we get closer to the halfway mark of the second half here. As we see the game just getting underway off the back of the scrum now, we see a big carry there from Joseph Sinclair, getting up over halfway for Tokai. And a great carry out of dummy half there from Shaden Andrew. It crosses up over the 30-metre line. Doesn't quite break through the last line of defence there, but a great carry to set Tokai up for an opportunity here to strike. They go down the blind side. Doesn't quite break through the defence down that channel, does Leaf Wiki. A bit disjointed here from Steve Barty. And it just gives away a penalty here for obstruction here, does Tokai. Not what they would have wanted, making their way up the field after a great carry there from Shaden Andrew. And off the back of that, they just don't quite get it to hand. So Hamilton boys high, working up towards the 40-metre line now, and they've got another good chance here. Great chance through Tamatiti Aho to cross the halfway mark. And Hamilton boys looking like they've got all the momentum in this game and just wanting to probably add more points to the board here. They work back towards the middle of the field now through Ruapuru. Up towards the 35-metre mark, and they earn themselves another penalty here, the Hamilton boys. Just not getting away from the ruck fast enough for the referee's liking, and Hamilton boys a fresh set of 6. Deep into Tokoroa's High's half. A great carry there from Ale Kaitai. Gets the ball away to Ruapuru. And this doesn't quite do enough to break through the next line of defence, but Tapui plays out the back. They get it away to Lunovic. A wide cutout pass. Finding his winger in space, but doesn't quite do enough to get over the line. He steps out. And Hamilton boys high. A bit unlucky on that instance. Not to dot down in the corner there. And Tokai work their way back up the field now. A great effort there from Hamilton boys on defense, just holding them to this end of the field. But Hamilton boys giving away a penalty down this end of the field. Great carry to start and great contact there from Takina Sterling. Has been good for Hamilton boys through this game as Takina Sterling. A great offer there from Steve Barty, finds Joseph Sinclair and he gets up over the halfway line. Doesn't quite need to drag them all the way back, but plays allowed to continue, but an error at the play the ball there from Joseph Sinclair. And Tokai, just as it looked like they were finding a bit of momentum. A bit of an error at the play the ball. So we're going to see Hamilton boys get a scrum down on the 50-metre line. And another chance here for them to execute on the board, add a few more points and hopefully extend the lead enough to close the game out from this point. Kiwarata to feed the scrum here for Hamilton boys as we see Tapui off the back of the scrum. Now they want to try and have an input on this as well. They go to Lunovic. Some late footwork at the line but doesn't quite break through the Tokai defense. They go back down the blind side again. And another penalty here against Tokoroa High for offside. They're starting to get a bit lazy in this game now as Tokai. Maybe you could put that down to fatigue as well after a tough tournament playing a massive game this morning as well as 2 games yesterday, and trying to put your best foot forward in a national tournament isn't that easy as we see Hamilton boys start their set not too far from the Tokoroa High School try line. And Sheldon Lambert picks and goes down the blind side. Finesse Bourne. He's going to go close but not quite close enough. Working back towards the middle of the field now. Lambert fights Tapui, who tries to get it to Sinton Bowden. But an error there from Sinton Bowden down the centre of the field. And Hamilton boys just giving away the ball down the centre of the field. Probably not what they wanted. Not what they wanted to achieve come this time in the game. And Tokai, a chance to execute here if they want to have a chance of mounting any comeback as we get towards the last 5 minutes of the second half. And they go off the back of the scrum. They find Anthony Mays. He gets them up towards the 20-metre line, and a great carry to start this set. Lots of numbers stacked over to the left side of the field, and that's where they go. And they want to just keep playing off the front foot here to Tokoroa High. And they need to just keep finding the front foot here. Barty filling in at dummy half. Finds LeBron Meyer. And just a bit of extra passion starting to come into this game now. Probably not what either side needs. And it's going to be crucial that the coaching staff as well as the leadership of both sides can just control the game now. If not a long left in this game here. Quick play the ball there from Denon Meyer. And a great pass, wide pass here from Joseph Meyer out to his winger, and Leif Wiki manages to keep the ball in play. And does he stay in play as well? No, he doesn't. And play's going to continue here. LeBron Meyer. As we see Tokoroa High just managing to make the way through to the middle of the field. A great take there from Lunovic. and just manages to stay in the field of play. Putty Ngatai playing off the back of that. A quick play the ball here as he looks to break through. Gets an offload away there to Sheldon Lambert. And the offload just gets ruled as a forward pass. So we'll see a scrum down here. Tokoroa High as we get towards the last 3 minutes of this boys championship matchup here between Tokoroa High and Hamilton Boys. Not too long left here on day 2 of our National Secondary Schools tournament. As off the back of the scrum, Tokoroa High go wide and they find Joseph Mai, who takes a good carry. Gets them up 15 metres out from the Hamilton Boys try line. They go right again, this time through Patina Tiare. Takes a bit of numbers to stop. And they'll work back towards the right side now. There's Shaden Andrew. Gets an offload away. Tries to get the offload away to Isaac Barlow, but it doesn't go to hand. And Toke High can't capitalise on the great field position they had here. And they'll pack down a scrum. Hamilton Boys feed 10 metres out from their try line, and Hamilton will just want to get their way back up the field. Get to a good kick and put Toke High under a bit of pressure to prevent any comeback happening and changing the result that we see on the scoreboard at the moment, with Hamilton still leading 14 points to 4 leading into the last 90 seconds. The ball comes free. The ball comes free from Hamilton Boys, but the referee says it's a lost ball. So we're going to see another scrum here for Tokoroa High. And they're going to need to go quickly here if they want to be a chance of manning a comeback. And Tokai just trying to pack the scrum down quickly here, and they want to go quickly as well to mount. Try and make the scoreboard a bit closer as they go blind from Barty. They find Alistair Mole off the back of the scrum. LeBron Meyer filling in at dummy half and gives it away to Steve Barty. Couple of players tangled up in that as well. Shaden Andrew in a dummy half finds Denenmeyer. And Denenmeyer just settles the attack towards the middle of the field. They want to go quickly here. And they go right. They find Barty. Barty takes it himself. And well taken there by the Hamilton Boys defense as we get towards the last few moments of this championship matchup here between Tokoroa High and Hamilton Boys. Gets an offload away and they come left. They find Alistair Mole. Gets him late footwork in the line, tries to get it down, but he gets held up over the line. As we count down the last few seconds of this boys championship match, here to round out day 2 of the National Secondary Schools tournament. They get a little kick away, doesn't get taken there by Lunovic, and it goes dead. So we're going to have a repeat set here for Tokoroa High. Was well diffused by Lunovic there. Couldn't manage to get a hold of it. As we hear the hooter go. And that'll be full time here in this boys championship matchup between Hamilton Boys High School taking the victory. Tokoroa High School. 14 points to 4, Hamilton Boys win. And that is us for day 2 of your National Secondary Schools tournament. Got one more day to get through tomorrow with finals football on showcase here at Bruce Pulman Park. My name is Joseph Green. Thank you for joining us on today's coverage. We'll see you all again here tomorrow morning. A finals day of National Secondary Schools tournament here with New Zealand Rugby League. Get home safely and we'll see you again tomorrow.
We're all in it together.